beginning this fabulous week. Today's Monday, with 2 listing appointments today. So good morning. I hope y'all are gonna have a great week. I am looking forward to a very busy week of listing appointments. And the thought occurred to me the other day when I said something about a listing appointment to a friend of mine, and she said, what does that mean, right? So lingo, from a real estate standpoint, I sometimes assume that everyone knows what those terms mean. So a listing appointment is when I go to meet with you at your home because we're getting ready to do all the things that come into play to get it ready to hit the market and then to sell. And so this is what it looks like with me. Remember this, all real estate agents are self-employed. We all run our own show. We all do things totally differently, but this is what I have found over the last 6.5 years that have really worked for me. Just to give you a little bit of background, if you Google how many transactions does the average realtor close in any given year, the last time I Googled it, it was between 8 and 10. Okay, so just to put that into perspective, the highest year I've ever closed was 83 transactions. The lowest year was my first year in real estate, and that was 21, and that was a half of a year. That's when I was just learning the real estate business. And what I realized very quickly in real estate is when I was first in real estate, I represented lots of buyers, and look at other homes that were on the market that other local realtors had listed. It was very much eye-opening to me. I remember back when I got into real estate, this was 6.5 years ago, this was in 2019. I represented lots of buyers who wanted to go look at houses, and so we'd go look at houses from other real estate agents that were listed, and they were dark, they were dirty, they were so cluttered, the landscaping looked awful, and I just remember thinking, what a disservice that is. In my mind, when you hire me as a real estate agent, it's my job to tell you what you need to do to get your property, to get your home ready to hit the market, to look amazing, and to make very good first-time impressions for anyone that looks at it online, for anyone that's driving past and looking at it, for people to say, wow, those sellers really worked very hard to prepare their home to hit the market, and they take great pride in where they live, right? The most important thing for me is that when you get your home ready to hit the market, you are so proud to send the link to everyone that you know, to say, look, this is my house and it is for sale, and you are so proud of what you have made it look like. And so this is what a listing appointment looks like. I go meet with you, you give me the tour of your home and your property, you pay me nothing. I do not get paid unless I sell your house. So my job, my goal is to sell your house for the absolute most amount of money humanly possible in the shortest amount of time. And that comes from you doing all the things that I suggest that you do to get your home ready to hit the market, ready to sell quickly, right? And so those kinds of things that I'm going to share with you are the same things that I share with someone who has a $100,000 house or $1 million house. It's the same things I'm going to tell you. If you know of anything that's broken, like a leaky faucet, or a cracked window, or there's a threshold missing, right? Any of those little things that are going to make someone feel like you didn't really take care of your property. The most important thing is this, that when someone walks onto your property and walks through your house, They feel like you took amazing care of your home. They feel like you've kept it up to date, you've kept it clean, you've done all the things that you need to do so that when they buy it, they're not worrying about all kinds of things that are broken or we're neglected. Okay? So when I meet with you, number one thing to remember is that you're going to get a list of suggestions of things to do to make sure that when your home hits the market, when that professional photographer that I pay for shows up on your property and shows up to walk through your house and to take all the pictures, that you are so proud of your home and you cannot wait to share it with everyone you know that it's for sale and it's ready to go, right? So the little things that you can do that I'm going to suggest to you are, it can't be too clean, it can't be too decluttered, it can't be too light, bright, and airy. Be thinking about the main doorway that people are going to walk through. Is it clean? Is it neat? Does it need a fresh coat of paint on the door? A lot of times I show up at a house and the doorknob that most people use to go in the house is all worn out. It needs a new doorknob. So those simple little things that show that you have really taken great thought and pride and you haven't just thrown it on the market and hope that someone buys it, right? That's the worst thing to do. The worst thing to do is to be a seller that has to keep your house show ready for every time somebody wants to come walk through it, because living in a house that is show ready is not fun. So if you do a whole lot of work on the front end to get it show ready and keep it show ready, it should go under contract fairly quickly, right? If it doesn't go into contract fairly quickly, you either did not follow the list of suggestions or you wanted to price your house way too high for the market. Trust me, as a real estate agent who has closed now in the last 6.5 years, over 550 transactions, I know what needs to be done in order to get homes to sell quickly. So, a listing appointment. This is the question I get all the time. How much do you owe me? You owe me nothing unless I sell your house. So my goal when I step foot on the property is to, number one, give you a list of suggestions, and they're never going to be mandates. They're going to be suggestions, and most of them are just going to require some good old sweat equity. It's not going to be a whole lot of money at all for you to prepare your house. Listen, unless you've just lived there for years and years and years and have totally neglected it, but that's not normally the case. Normally, people have done a great job of keeping their houses in good condition, and so it's usually not an astronomical list at all. So you'll get a list of suggestions. You will then tell me when you're ready to take pictures, and I'm going to send my professional photographer to your house. He's going to fly over your house and take beautiful aerial photos of your yard and your neighborhood, and he's going to take great pictures and videos of the inside, and it's going to hit the market and it's going to sell, right? And that's what a listing appointment looks like. You call me to your house to give you suggestions to get your house ready to sell, and so I get paid on closing day, and it's not something that comes out of your pocket. It comes off of the proceeds of the sale of the house. And I guarantee you, I see over and over and over again people listing their houses for sale by owner, and I look at the price and I look at the pictures, and usually the price is way lower than I know that I could have gotten for it, which means the seller could have made way more money even with my commission, and your pictures are terrible. There's no such thing as a cell phone picture, and I don't care if you have the latest and greatest cell phone on the planet. There's a huge difference between cell phone pictures and a professional photographer's pictures. Every single time a professional photographer is taking the pictures, it is clearly evident wherever you post it, all right? That's a guarantee. So keep that in mind. You pay me nothing up front. I go list your house. I give you a set of suggestions of things you need to do for it to hit the market to sell for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. We get it listed, we get it sold, I get paid at closing. That's what happens. Simple as that. It's a simple process, and I guarantee you it works every single time. So happy Monday, guys. Y'all have a great week, If you are thinking about selling, I would love to have a conversation with you. I am slammed this week. I have at least 7 listing appointments. Lots of them are going to be in the Acadia Parish area. Quite a few are going to be in the Iota